Hey everyone, you're listening to another episode of Flipia Bruja. I'm Bex Carlos, your host. First off, I want to start by saying thank you. I am so incredibly humbled by all the support. I mean, I feel like we're always charting in places, but the last week we've charted in the US again and we've charted in Finland. We always hold spots in the hearts of Finland, so thank you again. So today's topic, we have been very fortunate for almost 6 weeks now. 6 weeks, I believe. We have not had any retrogrades, which I think is always like the best time to do anything, right? You don't have to worry about celestial interference. But lately, I've been really interested in the topic of retrogrades happening when we're born, right? So we don't always notice how those particular things impact us. So, for example, if you are someone who thinks about death like all of the time, it's quite likely that you were probably born during a Pluto retrograde, because that is something that can come of that. Typically, if you look in your chart, you'll see it'll have like an RX next to the specific planet that was in retrograde. If your chart doesn't say that, that's okay. In the show notes, I've included a link. You can check all of the different things. You can check, what planets of yours were in retrograde. And so this is something I recently did, and I found out that I had 3 planets in retrograde when I was born, which honestly gave me a little bit more insight on my chart and why I am the way I am. And that's what we're here to do, right? We're here to find more insight about ourselves. We're here to understand ourselves, and we're here to make peace with ourselves, right? Anything that we maybe didn't like or had a hard time accepting. So yeah, I just really, really love finding out things about myself. And so this is something that might be helpful to you. So even if you're not necessarily someone who, my example earlier, thinks about death, but if you are someone who's very rebellious all of the time, it's quite possible that you were born under Uranus. So yeah, I just stress that you take the time to see if any of your planets were in retrograde. It can be very helpful, in if something wasn't right or if something just isn't really presenting the way that it should, it can be a little bit more of an explanation there. Also, I just want to let everyone know that we probably have, after this one, we'll probably have one more episode of the season. It could possibly be 2, but we're getting close to wrapping it up because season 4 is going to be so amazing. I'm so stoked because I think that cannabis for so long has just been getting a bad rep, and there's such an elongated history there, And I think that if nothing else, the plant needs a rebranding, because I think that that stoner reputation gives a lot of the consumers bad reps. We're lazy or unfocused or unmotivated, when that is highly not the case, at least not with me. And I know that a lot of other consumers of the plant, are very creative, are very focused, are very driven. Not to say that, people can't overconsume a plant. This is all to say that I'm really excited about the work that we're going to be doing in season 4, so please keep up with us. And I am just so excited for the conversations we're going to have. So this one's a short one. Thank you for listening. If you have any topic suggestions, people that you think that would be great to talk to for season 4, please, by all means, send them my way. I'm still creating the guest list and all the different speakers we're going to have, so the more the merrier. All right, well, thank you again for listening. The link again for finding out what planets were in retrograde is in the show notes, and I look forward to chatting further soon. Bye.
Yeah.